What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back at it today with a little bit more Hydra 9 content, the dual source laser by OneLaser. Just as a refresher, this is the Hydra 9 dual source laser. We have a 100-watt glass tube in the back, then we have a 38-watt RF tube on the side here. Dual source, best of both worlds. All right, today we are out in the shop. We're gonna make a project from start to finish. We're gonna go with the leather patch hat. We're going to use the same little bear golfer. If you haven't noticed, I'm into golf. We're sitting in my golf simulator right now, so we got to get this content done so we can get back to golfing. But we're going to make a leather patch hat with the logo. I'm going to show you how to engrave it, cut it out, and press it on the heat press. Then you'll have a finished product ready to go. Okay, so this is the logo we're going to go with for the leather patch today. It's a little golfing bear. Same logo as we did on the engraving tests a couple videos back. Okay, so here's the layers. We have the green layer, which is going to be the engraving. And we have the purple layer, which is going to be the outline cut. We're going to engrave the green, the design, at 800 millimeters a second at 38% power with a 0.10 line spacing. We are doing this with the RF tube. This whole project will be RF tube only. The cut will be 40 millimeters a second at 95% power. For the air assist settings on this, we're going to engrave with little to no air. Then we're going to pause it, switch over to the cut for the outside border of the patch. We're going to increase to about 15 psi. Remember, we're on stock air assist with this laser currently, so about 15 psi is going to be the max. So we're going to max it out with the air pressure and let it cut out. Okay, this is how you adjust the air. I mentioned earlier that we are going to do little to no air for the engraving portion of this patch. Right now I have this screw valve all the way closed, so currently if I press start, there'll be no air that goes through. I'm gonna back it off about a half of a turn. We'll let a little bit of air through, keep that lens clean. Okay, we're gonna hit the autofocus button to make sure it's focused to the material. It's gonna go down, plunge, hit the top, and then back off. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here's that air valve behind the X gantry. You can see the laser head, so it's just right off the gantry here. We're gonna back off that screw. Whoops. Okay, backed it off. Okay, we got the air turned up. Now we're ready for the cut. Remember, this is 95% power at 40 millimeters a second. Now I do want to show you guys this. I did do a test card. This is the same test card I did on the cutting test in the last video. As you can see, at 95%, it cuts out all the squares. You could probably go faster, up to 70, maybe even 80 on this. So this test card was kind of a bust, but I just chose somewhere in the middle that I know would work in some of those tight corners on the patch. Still more dialing in to do, but I bet you can go a lot faster. Okay, here's the patch. Look at all the detail in the grass, the golf ball there, the trees. Pretty awesome. Super detail with the RF tube. So this whole project was done with the RF, both the engraving and cutting. All right, let's get this onto a hat. Okay, we're over here at the hat press. Every hat press is different. So my hat press I use at 275 for 40 seconds. But what I like to do with the leatherette is preheat the hat just a scotch. So let's just preheat the hat. I put this little neoprene or whatever this thing's called, mat on there so it doesn't scorch the hat. I normally typically preheat the hat for about 15 seconds. Okay, now that it's preheat, I got my patch. I'm gonna rip off the backing here. I'm just gonna place it in the center. Okay, got the patch on. I'm gonna cover it back up with the mat there. And go for 40 seconds. Okay, it's done. Gonna lift it up. Take back. Snazzy. All done. All right, here's a closer look at the hat. Went on super smooth. I mean, the engraving on this was just awesome. This is a Richardson 511. I'll link all the products and stuff I use below in the description of the video. So if you want to use the same stuff I do, go for it. Now, as far as hat presses, there's a bajillion different hat presses out there that use tons of different settings. The settings can be from all over the place. So don't take my settings for granted that I used. Some are faster, some are slower, so might have to test on your own for that. All right, guys, well, there you go. A finished project on the Hydra 9 laser by OneLaser. It's a leather patch hat from start to finish. We got the engrave, the cut, and we applied it with the heat press. If you have any questions, make sure you comment them below. Make sure to like and subscribe, as well as more content will be coming out in the future regarding the Hydra 9 by OneLaser. All right, guys, that's it for today. We'll see you on the next one.